Hi friends, welcome back to my channel. I hope you all are in good spirits and today being a Sunday, you will definitely have some right plans for today. Now today's topic which I am going to discuss in front of you is about the riding gears, specifically riding boots. Now friends, I have had experiences with two riding boots till today. The first riding boot which I bought way back in 2009, when probably this riding boot was probably launched in the market, and nowadays it's been in the YouTube. A lot of reviews have been happening, and the riding boot's name is Orazo. Now the experience what I had with Orazo is not the same as what reviews are coming in now. I bought this shoe seeing it at the Rider Mania which happened in Ooty in the year 2009, I suppose, and from there I and my friend bought it, and after a year or so, because I was not using it very frequently, because I do not ride too much at that point of time also. So I was kind of busy with my office, so once in a while I would go out for a drive or something. But in a year or two, what I saw again on a specific ride from there to from Cochin to Munnar, I saw by the time it reached Munnar, the entire sole was shredding out, meaning hereby it was like coming out in pieces. So I was quite confused as what has happened to the shoe, which is sparingly used, and so I don't know. I was taken aback. So then after coming back from the ride, I did send a mail to Orazo stating that this has happened. So they came out saying that, sir, this has happened because there is a phenomenon known as hydrolysis of PU sole. If it's unused for some time and if it's kept idle, then the sole will break. Now, although I do not have any difference in opinion about the scientific reasons why which this has happened, but I am, as a buyer or the user of the product, I was surprised that why was this not communicated to me earlier. If there is some limitations in this line, or if there's a specific maintenance part which is done for these shoes, I should have been informed, or the box should have been having some instruction manual which would have said that if you are not using it, you keep it this way, that way. I mean, it's not that once you buy a riding shoe, it doesn't mean that you are going to wear it every time, right? I mean, it's worn only when you are going for a ride, otherwise it's kept back at home. So see, as I said, then what I did was I spent my money. At that point of time, this shoe was priced, if I am not wrong, I don't remember exactly, 1,800 or something. I spent 300 rupees sending it back to the factory. As a consumer, giving him an idea of what has happened to the shoe and if he can, look into it. I got a reply saying that because it's 1 year over, so they can't do anything about it. If it was within 1 year, then they would have replaced it. I thought, what has the maintenance got to do with 1 year? Now, if the shred would happen, I mean, since I was not very particular on seeing, specifically looking at when it covered 1 year and, within 1 year, how many rides I've done. So, how can they, simply, their response was quite cold-blooded. I mean, see, as a consumer, see, what happens with the consumer when they take a buying decision, is based on what their understanding about the product is, specifically when it comes to niche products, because it's not everybody is going to buy a riding shoe. So they do their own research, they like the product, and then they do buy a product. So losing money is one. You lose money every day. I mean, you spend that money. It's not going to be there for lifelong. But if your judgment is wrong, that is what hurts the most. And so, as I said, it is all about making a bad judgment and spending money on something which probably is or is not a good product, but the information in terms of how is it to be maintained is not given, and eventually you lose interest in a specific product. Now, what happened was as I said, I had sent that shoe back, spending another 300 rupees to Delhi, and they simply refused that, since this shoe has crossed his 1 year of period, so we can't do anything. I was, as a consumer, and let me tell you the order number. I mean, order number which of this shoe which I placed was order number 79. So I am sure I was one of the first 100 buyers of the shoe. Just see the response of a businessman who is, who has sold a product for which a customer has come out with a complaint. It is unusable. The customer has taken a pain to send it back to them, spending more money, and the response what the manufacturer gives is simply that they can't do anything. See, we are also into business, and I'm sure all through my life, wherever I have sold anything to anybody, I have mentioned specifically, sir, any point of time you have any problem, please do bring with us. Bring it to us. We will see what best we can do, if there's any issue with the product. What I thought was, what would have been better? Now, if you ask me, the product is lost. Now, the company can say that, boss, the product is damaged, we can't do anything. Agreed. But if they had had a courtesy to say, okay, sir, you have lost this product, you cannot use it. Let me give you another opportunity. I'll give you X amount of, you take a new pair, pay only this much. Take a new pair from us, use it again, be careful with the product. That would have given me much more confidence, and I'm sure that I would have become a brand ambassador of that product. Even word of mouth, I would have definitely spoken to a lot of people about it. But this did not happen. So this is all about Orazo safety boots. In fact, after listening to so many Orazo boots, I think recently Bulu Biker also did one. So I had left a comment on that, and he reverted back. In fact, he was quite sweet to revert back, saying that it would have been a problem earlier, but now they have, the products are much better and things like that. But then an ill feeling and your bad feeling which you get, after paying money, doesn't go out that easily. So what I did was, again I forwarded all those mails to the new. I mean, I don't know whether at that point of time the people who were at the helm of affairs are still there. But I forwarded that mail again to Orazo at their new mail ID to forward all those mails saying that this and this had happened to me at that point of time, and this is what the response was. Just as a consumer who's bought one of the one of the few early adopters, what do you call in marketing terms, early adapters. So just shared it, but see, there's no response from them. I mean, they didn't even have a courtesy or for that matter normal courtesy to give you a response of a mail what they have. So fundamentally speaking, the what it really means is that the mindsets have not changed. So anyway, those who are using this shoe, I think definitely it's the most cost effective one if you go for riding shoe. So it's the most cost effective one. And one more thing, now a lot have been spoken about the steel toe in the Orazo shoe. See, I read somewhere the steel toe is actually not good for a riding shoe, because the riding shoe is supposed to absorb the impact, and the crumbles, like it's just like you wearing a heavy shield and falling down. It might hurt you more rather than wearing the new protective gear, the foam, hardened foam, the level 2, level 1s, that will take the impact. So having a steel toe is not a good thing for riders, because if you have an impact, if you have fall on an impact, the steel toe will hurt you more. So technically speaking, it's not that, but then okay, for a basic one-to-one usage, yes, it might be of some good, because if the side stand falls on you, or that way on all gear change and all those stuff might be that hardened top is there, so it might be of help. So that is all about Orazo. So I wish them Orazo all the very best. I also would request them to put a maintenance manual inside, so that no other rider has a problem like the way I had, and they all know how to maintain their shoes properly. Or if they have a limited, if that has to be used very frequently, then maybe they'll have to use it. So this is all about Orazo safety boots. The second shoe what I bought after a couple of years, I mean, this shoe Orazo I bought in 2009, and the second shoe which I bought was of Biking Brotherhood. It was a racing shoe meant for it's a fluorescent color they had launched, and I bought it in the year 2018. So that shoe was also being used on one-to-one, when you go out for a ride or something of that lines only. It's not a frequently thing. So and then you will be surprised to see, again, this shoe is not being used frequently. It's supposed to be a leather shoe, and you will be surprised to see the condition now. If I show it to you, I really do not know. Again, as earlier, I shared this condition with the Biking Brotherhood people, and the response what they have given is, I really do not know yet. I'm really surprised that how do entrepreneurs build business on the basis of, giving you a one-sided communication. Just see the condition of the shoe now. Just see. You can see it. I'll show you. See the condition of the shoe now. This is the Biking Brotherhood shoe. You see this? See the condition. This is supposed to be a leather, all leather shoe, and whatever leather whatever technical names they do give you. Now you see the other pair of it, which is worse condition. See, all this is chipping off. When I spoke to them about this, they said, "Sir, you are not supposed to wear it in water." I said, "Boss, I have not worn it in water. It might have got wet at times, but you cannot see." One thing more I would like to say is that if there is a specific way of maintaining it, you should inform the consumer. See, if you say, okay, if it's wet, you should wipe it with clean cloths, or maybe you dry it in a specific way. See this. If you can see, notice it. See the crumbles. So they have to give you a manual saying that this is the way it has to be maintained, or they should tell you in advance that, sir, if you're not using it, you have to keep it in such a way, you have to preserve it in such a way, you have to keep it safe in such a way. But rather saying simply that, boss, this is because it's wet. Now, I do not know, friends, that shoes has, it can be any expensive or premium, whatever. It has to be worn on the legs only, feet only. It's never kept. It's not. Whatever you're wearing, you wear it in your feet. So if there is a specific maintenance way to maintain it, it should be there in the manual. It is not that you will understand everything and you cannot. And now again, see, this I have got it for 7,000 rupees. It was that point of time, it was just launched, the fluorescent color one. I bought it, and see what has happened. Now, as a consumer now, I have bought two riding shoes from two different segment. One is a shoe which claims to be a riding boot, and probably a good leather shoe with all those steel toes and whatever. Another one is a typical riding shoe only. It is specifically a riding shoe, and it says, and the person is saying that you're not supposed to, it should not get wet. Now, how can you ensure that a shoe will not get wet? You buy a shirt, it should not get any dirt. You're wearing a socks, it should not get dirt. And how is it going to happen? I mean, if you're making a product, if it's not that if it requires that much of care, where is the manual, boss? Where is the manual? Show us the manual. You give this manual to the person who's using it, and then tell them, sir, we have already mentioned in the manual that this is the way to maintain it, this is the way to keep it. We use all these woodland shoes and nothing goes wrong if it's wet and all. Why is that specific to your shoe only? It's getting wet and you cannot. One guy says that you should wear it every time. 24 hours you have to wear that shoe, then only it will be good. Then otherwise the hydrolysis of PU sole will happen. One guy says that you should not wear it. Then as a consumer, where is my information about the authenticity or the durability of the product? Friends, I really feel dejected when this kind of thing happens, and I'm sure if it was you also, you would also have the same feelings. I have nothing against any companies or any YouTubers who have been reviewing it. I'm sure they would have had a good experience with them. Unfortunately, I have not had. So I'm just bringing into notice certain things about these niche products which are premium, and riders buy it surely because they think that okay, it is for the safety, and once they buy it, it's going to last for some time. And all of a sudden, within a year, if something goes wrong and you've been then again you've been accused, you have not used it properly, so it doesn't actually give any plus points to the company. So I think both the companies in question today, Orazo Safety and Biking Brotherhood, should take all the necessary steps to inform the customers about their product quality and the special instructions to be followed for the longevity of the product. So that is it for today, friends. I hope this will spread some kind of awareness in whatever product you buy, and raise an issue if you have had an issue, so that the further somebody who buys it takes an informed decision about the product. So this is for it now. All the very best. Take care and mind it, whenever you're riding, do not ride as if you're riding on a circus. Roads are meant to be ridden with care. Always wear a helmet. Take care. Bye bye for now.